Hello, everybody. We are back again for episode 2 of Quest of the Stars. This time I actually have my track set up correctly, so that's always good. Anyways, I'm just going to do a quick summary of what the goals for today are going to be, and then we're going to get straight into the grind. So, pretty much, the end goal for today's video is obviously going to be the Tinker Smeltery. We do have the coke oven at this point, so I have a pretty solid source of torches. I want to survey the surrounding area, find out what all of the nearby ores are, at the very least some of them, so that I can start gathering all of the iron and copper and tin that I need, stuff like that. That way, by next episode, I'll have some proper tinker's tools, since right now I've just got a flint pickaxe with a zombie head on it. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the grind. So there's going to be cuts and speed ups here and there. I'll chime in with the voiceover for anything important. You may see a little bit of farming here and there, but I'm going to try to make this video a lot higher quality than the last one was. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. So pretty much, my goals right now, obviously I'm good on food for the moment. I want to try and push, well, as I was just saying, I'm wanting to try and find the nearby ores. So I don't have any tools yet because I don't have enough iron, so I'm not going to be able to make myself a hammer. That's okay though. I need one more charcoal for this quest to be done. And then I can finally move on to the next step. I'm actually tempted to take the bucket, but I won't. Creosote's going to be really nice for doing all my smelting. I should also probably check out the slime island. I might start killing king slime soon. See if I can get lucky with a hammer and a lumber axe, because that would be very nice. So I did do a little bit of testing in a solo world, just to kind of play separately. That way I wasn't interfering with this while trying to figure things out. I did find a pretty good way to get various fruit trees and such, so I'll probably be taking advantage of that soon. I also want to see if I can get myself a new base today. You can see I was doing a little bit of crafting, but yeah, I want to see if I can make a better base today. That'd be a pretty big thing. But anyways, got the 4 charcoal. Let me get some. It's a blood moon, isn't it? A fucking course it's a blood moon. Okay. Well, this isn't good. So, Betty strips. Oh, and pressure plates, cool. Well, that's mildly problematic. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I am going to be just mining this entire time. Because Blood Moon is scary. Very scary. I need a lot of cobblestone anyways, so. Yeah, we're just gonna have a little bit of a speed up here as I gather the 4 stacks of cobblestone I need for my free iron pickaxe. So I finished gathering all the cobblestone that I needed and crafted up my iron pickaxe and shovel with tinkers, and then decided to also gather up some iron and gold since I was right here anyways. And so we're going to extend the cut just a little bit longer. Okay, and we are back. So basically, I gathered up all of the cobblestone I needed to complete the quest, as well as a little bit of the iron and gold that was down there, just for that little bit of extra iron to repair my pickaxe with. So the goal going forward is going to be, well, just doing a bit of exploring and finding those nodes, just as I had mentioned prior. So this pickaxe will, why does it say flint shovel? This isn't a flint shovel. Why is my pickaxe named Flint Shovel? That's actually really funny. What caused this? Okay, anyways. Now that I'm done being distracted by that, I guess. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna do some exploration, try to see what ores we have around us exactly. Hopefully I'll get lucky with some copper and tin. That'd be really nice. And then of course I really need to find redstone as soon as possible, so hopefully there's a redstone vein close. But anyways, I'm going to, not sure which I'm gonna do yet, but I will either see you guys after I've explored the nearby area with the summary of what I found, or we'll do it together as a little speed up. Either way, I'll be talking to you guys then. So we have returned, and as you can see, I'm breaking into a loot game. So if you didn't know, there's actually a little trick that you can do with Journey Map. When you're inside of a cave, you can open up your map and switch it to cave mode, which lets you see all the caves around you. At certain Y levels, loot games can spawn, and we'll see if I get lucky with this one. The memory game's a little rough for me, but let's give this a shot. Minesweeper. Okay. I have not played Minesweeper in a long time. So if I had to guess, this is a mine. Oh, okay. So right click is to flag. How do I punch it? Okay. Which means that has to be the other one. And yeah. So that is the next one. And that has to be one as well. That's one, that's one. Okay. So if that's touching 4 and that's touching 2, then it has to be that one. Yep. Which means this one's clear. Okay, that's clear. That's good, that's good. Okay. So that's these are touching 2, that's touching 3, which means that's the next one. Okay. Man, it's been a long time since I've played Minesweeper. That's touching 2, okay, and that's touching 3. So, let's see. It's touching 1, so obviously that's 1. But this is the only one touching 2, so it must be this one. Oh man, it's been a really long time since I've played Minesweeper. This is touching 1, that's touching 2, so this one's clear and that one's not. Which means the rest of these should be good. This is good, this is good. So these are all touching 2. So but this is only touching 1, which means this one's good, which means it's these 2. Okay, and then, so these are all touching 1, and I've confirmed this is it, so that's good. This one's a mine, so I can... Oh. Well, my bad. Okay. That's clearly a mine, that's clearly a mine. I'm confused. Maybe I'd... Oh... Yeah, I messed up. I had the wrong one. Okay. So that's a mine. That's a mine. Wait. No, this is a mine. 4. Okay. So if these are touching 2, and that's touching 4, that must be 1. This is touching 2, but that's only touching 1, so it has to be this one. Okay. That's touching 3. This is touching 1. This is touching 2. Okay, so it must be these two then. Nope. I should probably take this slower. Okay, so that has to be the bomb. That's touching 2 though. That's touching 3, but this is still only touching 1, so that one's good. So the other one has to be there. This is touching... These are all touching 3. Okay, so 1, probably 2, 3. That's only touching 1. That's gotta be 1. This one is clear. These are touching 2, so this one's probably clear as well. Okay. So that's touching 3, and that's touching 3, which means it has to be this one. This one's touching 2, and this one's touching 1, so it has to be one of these two. If this is touching 3, it means it's this one. So that one's good. That's already touching 3, and that's touching 4. Wait a second. It's not this one. It's this one. Okay. Now we go over here. So this is the part where it gets really confusing because all of these are 1s. So it is one of these two, and I don't know which. So let's start down here where it's simple. This is clearly a mine. This is touching 3. This is touching 2, 2, and 2. This is touching 3. Well, there's only 3 places they could be, so that tells me those 3 are mines. If this one's touching 2, it's those 2, which means this one's good. And that means this one's good, because there's already 2 confirmed mines. Same with that one. Okay. This one's touching 2, that confirms this is a mine, which means this one's clear. This is touching 1, which means this is a mine, which means this one's clear. Nope, I got it wrong. Damn. Well, I certainly tried. Oh, I don't get anything for the attempt? That's a shame. Yeah, my logic was working, I just didn't think it through completely, I guess. So that's a shame. But on the bright side, it might seem a little bit silly, but since I failed this game, I didn't actually have the ability to break these floors. But now I have a bunch of them, which means I can use the ore finder to find another one of these later on, if I'm not using the little trick for it. So let's drop all of these. I just want to keep the ceiling. I guess I'll eat a rotten. Or human flesh. Oh, I had already done that, okay. Damn, that's a shame. I was actually really hoping I could get that one done. But I messed up. Alright, well, I showed you guys me trying the loot game, so I guess we'll be back after I finish exploring for copper, since that's the only thing I'm missing currently. I shall return soon. Alright, and we have returned. So I did some exploring. As you can see, I have an ore finder wand now. So for a quick explanation as to the debacle that just went down, I explored this entire area, from this upper left square all the way down to where I finally found copper down here. After manually checking all of these veins, I decided maybe I should just make an ore finder wand and start walking around. I then walked around this entire area before I finally found copper right here. I'm glad I found copper. It just sucks that it took forever. Anyways, um, so in the process of looking for copper, I found 3 mica veins. I found multiple tin veins, 2 redstone veins, a diamond vein, lapis, a couple apatite, loads of iron, the mineral sand veins, which have gypsum in them, and I found a kaolinite vein, which has zeolites, glauconite sand, and kaolinite. Of course, plenty of the gold veins as well, but we lived on top of one anyways, so that's not very significant. And of course, I found a couple coal veins, 4 of them to be exact. So, plenty of resources to work with going forward. I just wish it didn't take me a little over 2 hours to find copper. That was kind of insane. I'm gonna save you guys the trouble of having to watch through all of that and just like make cuts. There was a point during the process that I found a loot room, and tried to solve it. I'll probably put it in the video, so you guys have probably seen what happened by now. But I failed Minesweeper, because uh, I guess I have a little bit of trouble with Minesweeper. But anyways, yeah, I'm glad that we finally found that. So I just wanted to give you guys that quick update. I'm gonna take some time gathering some resources and probably look for a village to salvage their smeltery. So we will be back shortly, with probably the process of building that, and that'll likely be it for this video. I didn't really have much to go off of today. It was just gathering resources and moving us toward the next step, mainly. So I'll be back soon. Alright, welcome back. I've done a bit of um, resource gathering at this point, and so we're pushing toward bronze now. Now, I am wanting to make the smeltery for more efficient bronze alloying, as well as better tools, of course, considering it is the goal of today's video to finish that smeltery. I will be focusing on it shortly, though I figured I'd do a couple other things that were needed in the meantime, such as, here's some woven cotton. I'm going to make some bound leather with it. That bound leather needs to be on a drying rack, which I just got a stack of wooden screws from a loot bag. Speaking of, I probably should have waited to open those loot bags until I was recording. Sorry about that. Going forward, I will make sure to actually show loot bag openings, since those are rather important. Anywho, 4 drying racks. I also made all of the basic tools: the screwdriver, saw, hammer, file, and wrench out of iron. As you can see, I'm smelting through a good amount of the resources at this point. Slowly but surely. Down here we've got bronze smelted, which is very nice. I might as well throw these in there. So, just slowly making progress. It takes time, but these will be used to make bags so that I can mine more efficiently. And then I have bronze for better tools. Now, of course, to make better tools, I need an actual smeltery, so that's going to be the next goal. And it will reward me by making a bronze pickaxe by giving me a moss. Now, moss is interesting. I very much want to use it on like a weapon, but that's actually a waste. I don't want to use it on a weapon. I want to save it and use it on something that will benefit me more. So putting on the pickaxe would probably be the most valuable thing, but my pickaxe is going to be replaced eventually. I will always use a hammer, but my hammer will eventually be made unbreakable. So trying to figure out what exactly to use these materials, like the moss, on is kind of a struggle for me. Now, just because my pickaxe is eventually going to be unbreakable doesn't mean that I won't benefit from it being self-repairing currently, which is why I think I'm going to go with applying the moss to the pickaxe. It'll save me a lot of resources and will just be very convenient in the end. Though, of course, having on the sword, once I make one, would be very useful. I just don't think it's the correct choice. Either way, we have a bunch of unique foods to eat through due to quest rewards, which is always nice. I also made another chest because I was getting too many blocks of cobblestone and such, so that's a thing now. But I think I'm gonna do some exploring, see if I can find myself a village so that I can skip the entire process of making a smeltery, since it's kind of a pain. I'm keeping the coke oven running, of course, using that creosote for all the smelting, and trying to harvest the cotton as often as possible. But I'm thinking I'm going to make a proper full farm shortly. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get to that point. I have a neighbor. I have a neighbor. Well, not anymore, I don't. Come on. What'd I get? Unbreaking 2? Nice. Technically, I could combine that with my current axe, but I might actually end up doing that. Oh, zombie brain. I'm actually gonna put that away. Zombie brains are quite nice. You can use them for temporary warp, or you can dry them, and they're not only an okay food source, but they give you random knowledge points for Thaumcraft. It's quite nice. Anyways, I'm going to skip ahead to whenever I find a village with a smeltery in it. So I'll be seeing you guys soon. So we're taking a little detour here really quick. I found a roguelike dungeon. It's not a mountain roguelike, but even so, I'm sure I can still get some use out of it. I've just been kind of, while exploring around, grabbing whatever I can. Wow! Okay, so we walked straight into a blacksmith. That is huge. Can a slightly damaged anvil be used? No, but I can still melt it down. Okay. So that's a nice amount of iron that I just got for free. There's also hoppers and chests here. I'm just gonna save me materials. So set home real quick. Go home really quick. I'm starting to fill up all of my storage. Running out of space slowly. I'm going to be expanding though, so it'll fix this problem. They wanted me to make like mud armor for a quest. I already know that it's crap, but made it for the quest. Okay. And then I can put this away for now since I'm going to be inside of a roguelike dungeon. We do the same with these. Actually, I'll take the wrench so that I can grab bookcases, but... Okay. So yeah, I get to snatch up all the chests, the hoppers, and everything. This is actually quite nice. It's going to save me some time and resources. The hoppers are huge because I can automate things without having to spend like 9 iron. Plus, I think it's actually 8 iron to make the gears right now, so it's like 13 iron per sorry, my brain's not working apparently. It's like 13 iron per hopper. It's kind of insane. Hey, look at this. Yeah, iron gears take, oh my god, it's even more than that. They're 12 iron each for me right now. So it's 22 iron per hopper. Oh my god, I'm saving so many resources by grabbing these. Now, this isn't the first roguelike I found, but it's the first I've actually entered on this world. So we'll see if I get lucky at all. Of course, the pale spider hit me, which means I can't do any damage for a few seconds. Alright, that time's ended, thankfully. Now, I can't do a lot of damage per se, but I can certainly do more than 0. Oh, I got some better pants. Laudanum is also always nice for just the regen aspect of it. And then I got some torches. Alright. I'm probably not going to go down more than like 1 level. Just because it's, ooh. Well, dangerous. I'm not really supposed to be going through these at this point. I can't survive them exactly. So yeah, just going to check out the first level, see if there's anything interesting I can grab, and then I'm gonna fuck right off. Alright. What is this? Alright. That's a cool little room. Didn't really expect that. What's in here? Oh, this is the little bedroom. Okay, so... Oh, I haven't actually eaten a carrot yet. That's kind of funny. Oh, and that's why I brought the wrench. For when I find bookshelves. Alright, let's see what else I can find. So I explored through the rest of the roguelike at this point and didn't really find anything too notable. So I'm just gonna cut to the point where I'm leaving. Okay, Going home. That one's too strong. Too strong for me. Okay. So that was a nice little trip. Alright, so I am going to do another cut here. I'm gonna see if I can manage to get to a smeltery in a reasonable amount of time. So I suppose I will be back, and you'll likely see a little bit more built in the base, since I'm pretty much out of space at this point. There's a couple more chests here and there at the very least. So yeah, I'll be right back. Little did I know at the time, I in fact did not build anything else on the base. Not yet, anyways. That should come next video, hopefully. Alright. So we are back again, because I got sidetracked by another loot room. Or another loot game. So we'll see if I manage to do this one. If it's the memory game, I can probably finish it. Or at the very least, I'll get to the final stage. Depending on how complicated the pattern is. If it's Minesweeper, I'll play it safely. I would like to actually finish a game of Minesweeper so that I can get really good rewards from it. Unfortunately, my pickaxe is not technically able to break this, which is why I'm breaking it with dirt. But here we go. What do we got? Ah, the memory game. Alright. That's kind of unfortunate, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this took a while. So I'm gonna save you guys some time and skip straight to the rewards. 7, 3, 8. 1, 8, 8, 6, 2, 6. Oh, iron furnaces are nice. So are the tree taps. Carbon fiber canoe's insane. Medium sodium battery, fucking basic circuit boards. Okay, but mining pipes. I don't know what these are for. Excuse me. I got some carbon plates, which are nice. They have a few uses. Silicone solar grade dust. That's awesome. Okay, that's the first two chests. Those things are fucking loaded. Okay, what's this next one got? Rubber sheets, red alloy, composite vest. Well, I already know that's an upgrade. And it's used for the advanced electric backpack, which is used for the nano chestplate. Which, oh my god, that keeps upgrading. That turns into the quantum parts chestplate, which is used to make the quantum suit, which is then used to make the infused quantum suit, or the gravid chestplate. Interesting. I assume the gravid chestplate's better, and then that's used for the infinity breastplate. Crazy. Okay, and then we got tropical hives, HS booster tracks. These aren't super useful, but it's cool. Thaumaturge's boots, fuck yeah. Diamond spikes are fucking massive. Okay. This is huge. I'm very happy about this. So these circuit boards, I'm probably not going to keep them since they don't have any real use for me. The item detector cover I certainly will keep though, because oh my god, that is useful for automating machines. I could use this early on, honestly. The farm control is cool and all, but I'm probably not going to be using the forestry farm at all. I will be using these tree taps, however. So yeah, very, very exciting. I'm glad that went so well. Oh, I got fluid conduits too. Nice. They say they respect gravity. That's a shame. Okay. Oh man, that feels so good. I see why people do these loot games. They're fun. All right. So time to go home. Offload all of this epic loot. Carbon fiber canoe's crazy. I will actually be using that to get around. Iron furnaces are nice as well. Use these as my two main furnaces. This also saves me the fact that I was going to have to craft these. Because they're required for the brick blast furnace, as well as the small coal boiler. Though, if I can help it, I'd like to skip to the large, but I know it won't complete the quest, so... Honestly, I could make the small coal boiler right now. How would the game feel about that? It would feel absolutely fucking fine. Alright. I mean... I'll keep the regular ones, it's fine. Where are my buckets? They're there? I also need to put more wood in there. Alright. That went surprisingly well, so I guess I was planning on entering the, or just making the smeltery, but I guess we're entering the steam age a little earlier than I had originally planned. Certainly not a complaint. Here it is, home brick. Okay. Start harvesting some of these walls. I just need a few at the very least. This is why I set this home. Saves me materials. And time. A lot of time. Alright. So, all that's left to do, make 5 bronze plates, and that is backwards. Oh wait, it's the wrench. And I'm officially in the steam age. Also just going to place and break that so that I get the actual trophy for it. Now, I will say, I think that is a hell of a good place to stop. I was originally going to continue to a smeltery, but I guess we took an alternative route. And you know what? That's absolutely fine. Sometimes that happens. That's a weird bug. Now, I'm not going to be able to automatically put water in this yet, because I still need the railcraft tank. But that's fine. It won't take me very long to get that. So, I guess... Well, first I want to harvest my cotton. All of the crops, actually. Oh. I don't know if I planted these, but herb gardens are always nice to have spreading. Okay, so as the final little bit for this video, first let's make some woven cotton. Gonna need 6 total. Okay, I can turn the rest of this into string now. I'm gonna make the gloves. Okay, there we go. Because I need to be able to hold lava. Cool. And that gives me a couple clay buckets, which I can't really use for anything but water. I guess that is still pretty useful. Okay, I'll just run over here and grab a couple buckets. Put those into the boiler underground, because this is going to be underground, at least for now. Guess I'll put it down here. Bucket. Alright. Do that. And then, obviously, I have these steam pipes that I can use. The first thing I probably want to make would be a forge hammer, but I don't think it's going to let me do that. I should make that really quick just for the achievement. Or not the achievement, the bag. Because I might get lucky. The large one, right? Yep. Compressed air cells and a hobbyist steam engine. Lovely. That was a waste. Well, it's whatever. I do apologize if you guys can hear the barking in the background. There's not really much that I can do about it, unfortunately. Alright, so Steam Age just gives me a bunch of different types of coal. That's for the hopper. So it won't. Oh, right, the alloy smelter. Okay. That is what I need the small bronze pipe for. And I need to go grab my wrench again because, oops. All right, and have that going down. I'm going to start its heating up process. And while I do that, I'm going to make this, while that's working on heating up, I'm going to make this first machine. So let's make the plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have the bricks already. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. Okay, and then it wants me to have 2 furnaces for this. Honestly, I'm not really using these, so. Okay. And craft. My very first alloy smelter done. And it wants me to make red alloy, which I've already got a good amount, so I can just finish up that quest really quickly. By a good amount, I mean I have almost enough to finish the quest already. Okay, so that's just going to take a little bit of time to heat up. While that's heating up, I'll go grab some more water. All right. And this is just about the last thing that we're actually doing in this video. Sorry that it's been a long one. I'm going to do my best to edit it down. If I was unable to make it a reasonable amount of time, I do apologize. It's probably because I felt there was content that I did not want to leave out. Okay, this isn't quite producing full speed, but we'll see if it's able to make one. I should probably wait for this to heat up more. I'll just wait a moment, and then I'll claim that loot bag. Let's see, is there anything else that I could claim in the meantime? I mean, obviously I also need to do this. I guess I'll plant some rubber trees so I can get the sticky resin I need. Alright, so when I started recording this video, we were on 2 hours of playtime. We are now on 6 hours of playtime. It took me 4 hours to do the process of finding copper, search for a village to get an easy smeltery, which never found one. Probably spent a solid 1.5 hours searching for copper alone. So just a quick little recap. These are all of the ores. We have 1 copper vein here, a lapis vein, 2 redstone, a diamond. We've got basically everything that we need here. The only thing I believe we're missing is oil sands, but I actually have a home set somewhere else that has oil sands, so I'm not too concerned about it. Overall, we are pretty set for the foreseeable future. I'm sure that Steam Age will be a breeze. I'll probably get into LV within a couple days. Now, I do want to build a good amount of infrastructure, so I might take my time with it. But we'll see what happens. Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Having creosote being produced is very nice. I'm so glad. I do need to set up more coke ovens though. But anyways, let's see. This thing uses 640 liters of steam per second. That is a lot. Oh, it needs to vent the steam, right? Okay, let's try the second one. Cool. The third one? I feel like it's gonna run out of steam any moment now. No, I guess not. Okay, I'm good then. That is red alloy finished. I'm gonna take that Steam Age loot bag. I got a bunch of night vision potions. Lovely. That is nice, 8-minute night vision, but I was kind of hoping for something that had some functionality. Well, whatever, I suppose. Anyways, let's put these coins away. And yeah, so that's going to mark the end of this video. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I know it's a bit of a long one. Going forward, they should be a little easier to consume, I guess. If you guys have a preferred like length that you'd like me to try doing, do tell me in the comments because I can try to target for that. Um, I will slowly get better at editing with time. Um, Obviously, practice makes perfect and all that. But anyways, so we hit the Steam Age. Huge fucking gains, honestly. Steam Age in 6 hours is kind of crazy. Apparently, I probably could have gotten it faster. I had the bronze for a bit. I think I made the bronze like 2 hours ago, so I could have done this a while ago. But I figured I'd want to hit this at the very least. Next episode, we're definitely making a smeltery. The biggest thing that Steam will help with is the Steam Macerator will allow me to make alamite efficiently, which is going to be the next major goal. But, anyways, I hope all of you have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever it is wherever you are. Thank you very much for watching, and just leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did like this. That way I know to keep making more. Alright, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.